Hi, welcome to Talking Gems.
Hi, I'm Onyx.
I'm Phoenix.
Alasia.
And I'm Lauren.
So today, we are now a Bachelor Nation podcast. We will be talking about the first two episodes. What's Claire's last name? Crawley?
Crawley.
Of Clare Crawley's, her first half of the Bachelor season, because we know she only here for a couple episodes and then she's out and Tayshia's in. Okay, so we kind of talked about it a little bit, like the first episode in the last Big Brother podcast. Should we do like a quick little recap? First
week
episode
10 and 11 pod.
Yes. Okay, so should we just do a quick little recap since it's the first official like Bachelor episode about like how we felt first episode?
Yes. Love her. People don't like her, but I love her.
I don't love hate what Claire, because I run our little Talking Gems Twitter page. So like I definitely said I'm tired of her. I'm ready for Tayshia to come.
Okay, I saw that tweet. First of all,
yeah, I felt offended.
Yeah, I felt very offended.
I don't approve of everything that's tweeted from our account. I didn't know. I truly didn't know people hated or just didn't even like Claire until last night when I watched the second episode. I went on Twitter and people were talking about it, and I was like, wait, I thought we all loved. I have loved Claire since Juan Pablo's season.
Yes, absolutely.
So I have been rooting for her since day one when she was announced Bachelor. I was excited. I saw a tweet that was like, nobody even cared when you were announced Bachelorette, though, and I was
that's
like,
a lie, because literally that was a big deal.
I was so happy. I was so excited. I just want the best for her. I love Claire. So,
okay, she's cool, but like that point where she was just like when she sent home Brandon. Okay,
Yeah.
let's not get there yet. Okay, let's talk about episode one.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
how did y'all feel? What was the vibes? I got good vibes from her. I was like, oh, okay, she's cool. She's mature. She can dress. She's really pretty.
no,
I
her
like
style. Oh, she looks good. What was that one like kind of blushy kind of dress and was a little sparkly? That one was really cute.
Yeah.
She looks great.
I also feel like she's doing exactly what I thought she would do, because I think what they've been doing in the last couple of seasons is, especially with the guys, because they've been a week to me since like Nick, honestly. But I feel like they cast a very like fairy tale lead, or very like easy appealing lead, very boring, safe or whatever, and then they cast like the girls or like all of the guys to be like all the characters. Like Peter, I think he ended up being a hot mess, but like himself was not an exciting person.
Yeah.
But the girls brought the drama. But I think with Claire, she's cuckoo bananas.
Yeah.
But she's mature.
Yes.
So she gives you, like, the guys, if you think about it, are not that exciting, but I don't care, because Claire is over here crying every 2 seconds in the first episode. Like, she's gone through like legit so much. I'm tired of the 23-year-old saying, my life has been so hard and I just, no, like, she is gone. Woo!
Yeah.
Her story has been through it, and I'm excited.
Well, apparently she was abused, and I was like, what? She was abused? I missed that part. And then both her parents, or no, her dad died, and then her mom has Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, Claire, like, you just need love. Like, you need love.
She was like, I'm tired of braving this world by myself. And I was like, you don't need to do that no more, Claire. Dale is right there for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I appreciate her story, and like she actually has depth. Like as in like the past few bachelors and bachelorettes, I just feel like Colton very underdeveloped, don't know life, very sheltered. Peter, just a walking body.
Peter, literally this whole time I thought we've been talking about Rachel's Peter.
No,
because I forgot about Pillsbury Doughboy. I forgot about Peter. Truly, I forgot he existed.
Yeah, a walking body.
Yeah, no, now he.
No
There's substance.
I think they kind of lucked out. I feel like they thought they were doing good because Hannah B was kind of more of an exciting lead, but I think she would have been an even better lead if she was like 5 years later.
Yeah.
Because it's just one of those things. It was just age.
Still
like
too young.
Yeah, it was just too young.
How old was Hannah?
She was 24.
Oh, okay.
When she was, I think, announced. She might have turned 25 by production, but for sure she was like 24.
Wow. So you could be the Bachelorette.
Yeah, and that's the problem that I'm having.
Oh, okay.
It's like, and that's the thing. It's like people want to say, "Oh, these older people are retired." I'm like, I'm young. I'm 24, and I'm saying 24-year-olds should not be bachelorettes. That's incorrect.
Yeah.
Like I'm very, very over that. Even though that's why I'm even happy with Tayshia, because it's like,
how old is Tayshia?
She's like late 20s,
like almost 30,
almost
right?
30.
almost 30.
Yeah.
Like I want to say 29, 30. Like
Okay.
she's right around there.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's a
thank
great
you.
age.
And she's been married before, so this is gonna be her second.
So she's gonna know what
potential.
she's looking for, and it's not just gonna be the whole point of the show is to find your husband, find your wife.
I feel like
right?
that's the whole premise of Bachelorette. Like you've been single for a while.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just entering the dating pool.
No, but
of,
now we
like,
have
adulthood.
influencers.
Because like you're not a teenager entering adulthood being single.
Yeah.
Like that's what a 20-year-old, 22-year-old, that's what that is. A bachelor is like you've been single for your 20s, you're entering your 30-year-old.
Yes.
Like 30s and you've been single for a while. It's like, it's time to settle down. That's a bachelor. And like you over here at 24 talking about I'm a bachelorette. Like, no, you're still young.
Yeah.
You're still trying to figure yourself out in a way.
Okay, so the first episode, what guys stood out to you?
Other than
Dale. Truly? Okay, I have no problem with her just ignoring all these other guys and just going
because
after Dale.
I honestly,
Like,
I think he's an actually good catch. It's not like she just falls in love with Dale, but it's like, why are you ignoring blah blah blah? It's like he's the best one right now.
Yeah.
As of right now, he is top tier.
like
Blake,
because I don't
episode 1 was
know.
trying to reach it.
Yeah, I kind of liked Blake in episode 1.
By
I
episode
I
2,
don't know the other guys' names. I don't really care because I already know it's gonna be Dell.
yeah. No, I think that's kind of how I went. Blake is the one that came back on the group date, right? That he got
Yes.
to the home. Okay.
But in episode 1, that's where everybody's kind of like, oh my gosh, Claire, like, what is going on? Because she was like, you're the only one who reached out to me during quarantine, and people just don't believe this.
Yeah.
But she said to Blake that he was the only one, and like how he came off very sweet. And if Dale was not there, he probably would have got the first impression rose. But like it's Dale.
Yeah.
It's Dale.
It's Dale.
But I want to know how, like, the fact that she's like, I just met my husband. Was she already thinking, because she said she stalked all of them. So I want to know the thought process. Was she already stalking all of them and that's who she wanted?
No, I think she said even better in person, something like that. So I think she saw his like Instagram and was like, oh, he seems nice. He seems like a wonderful guy. And then in person, he just lived up to it.
Yeah.
He was just amazing.
Said, like, but
that's
like,
what she said. Right?
First impression, like you just saw like, oh, you're my husband. Like I love her. Love at first sight. I love
so
her.
much.
She
and
lives
he
in a
feels
fantasy.
the same way. And like,
And like for her, not for me, but for her, he's very sweet, and he seems just as like he just seems so almost nervous kind of energy, but like he's like a quiet confidence. Like he's just like, I'm here for Claire. I don't want you to feel this way. Like he's very sincere. It comes off very sincere.
Lauren was really, she was like, yeah, there's one thing that Dale, like she hits a lot of things. There's one thing he doesn't hit. And I was like, oh, what is it?
Is it
the voice?
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I expected. Okay,
a little bit too. Sorry.
Every time I hear him talk, I think about that, and I expected him to be like Claire. Like,
Yes, thank you.
But then he doesn't, and that's fine because he's great, he's cute, he's has all these other great things. That would be a wonderful touch.
I'm trying to.
If his voice was a little bit more baritone, I'll be
especially because of how much of like a woman like Claire is. Like, ugh.
It's just I think about all of the celebrities that I have crush on, and I tend to enjoy a deeper rooted voice. Like my rappers, I like a deeper rooted voice.
Like J. Cole.
Like the accents that I enjoy from like my international loves, like usually have like a deeper like accent. It's just I like deeper voices, and I say like you guys obviously hear, we all say like entirely too much. We hate it, we hear it. It's disgusting.
I know I sound like
and I know this is like a hypocrite, but he says like too much. Like I grew up in Southern California. Okay, I'm basically a white valley girl, so I say like all the time. But he can't say
like
I'm sorry. He can't say like as much as
he's just South Dakota. Like, where did you get that from?
Yeah, he needs. I don't like the like. Okay, it is backwards, but I rather a girl say like way more than a guy say like. Okay, sorry.
It reminds me. It's just like when
I guess he's just nervous though.
Yes, but I think that's just how he talks.
No, I feel like he talks like that even in his regular life.
I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, good for you.
Cute and quirky. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, okay. So I think this was last night's though, but okay, is it just me or is Claire being like a little like dramatic or like extra? She just like really likes Dale, and when they did the words of affirmation one, and literally, and she was, I don't know what she was like, wow, like what Dale said, like and I was like, he literally said nothing.
He didn't say nothing special.
He said nothing special.
The other guys said were better.
I was expecting for him to have like a poetic like sonnet or something, and he did not.
I think the producers are really leaning into we all know the spoiler. So I think the producers. I even think like she's kind of getting edited to say Dale a lot more than she even is, because sometimes it'd be like, I'm so excited to see, and it cuts the scene and it's like Dale. And I'm like, it's just like how it's being edited. It makes it seem like she's like overly obsessed with Dale, because I think they're in a way they're trying to protect her, because for whatever reason she leaves the show and we don't really know how yet. But I'm just thinking like, I think people are like, if you're going to leave the show and quit the season early, you better be heads over. He need to be the perfect guy where this is pointless, like that pointless.
I'm also thinking about how you said when we were watching the episode, how you feel like other bachelors and bachelorettes probably had a favorite that they probably were like in their confessionals saying their name all the time, but they just edited it out to keep the suspense of the show. But since we know what's going to happen, kind of, they just left in all the time she was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see Dale. Dale's my favorite. And for everybody else, they probably edit those scenes out. So it's like even playing,
because they prompt the lead to be like, how do you feel about blank? How do you feel about blank? So I feel like they're just like, yeah, let's just use all the Dales.
Because at one point where it was the group date, and I think it was when she had to like go talk to the guys, and she was like, the blah, blah, and then she said, but first and foremost, Dale. Like, Claire, you have to give all these guys an equal chance.
No, okay, that part of the group date where she was just like, okay, so who wants to talk to me first? And then it was just like kind of silent.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Like the group date was so awkward.
Yeah.
Like the first one, I was just like, oh my gosh. She's like, y'all don't want to talk to her. And then she got mad.
Yeah.
She came back. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm just bothered. She's like, so are y'all here for me? Or no,
that was my favorite part. She said, okay, so what show are we on? You guys want to bro out? You guys could bro out.
Yeah. I think we're so used to all of the contestants being so aggressive when they pull the lead. And I was like, I feel like it was, I will say, if it was any other Bachelorette, I don't think they would have said anything. I think they would have been like, oh, that's weird, it's awkward, it's dating. It's just an awkward moment. But not Claire. Claire takes that to heart. So I do think it was weird they didn't say anything, but the level that Claire reacted, only Claire would do. Only Claire would be like, I'm sorry, I really
and I love
connect.
that she did that.
I really want to connect with you, and I really want to focus on everything you're saying.
But I
can't.
Who was she with, Brandon?
She was Bennett. And I really want to see if Bennett has depth, because he's like the rich guy.
I kind of like Bennett.
Wait, is Bennett?
I'm not a Bennett hater.
Loafers and
the guy who was running
rants across
I was like, oh my gosh.
Not Harvard.
Literally, the way he came in the game went.
And the fact that other guys notice it, the other guys are like, do you guys see how Bennett is running?
He looks so like graceful.
Yes. What is his job? What does he do?
Clark Kent.
Yes,
financial.
He reminds me of a Clark Clint.
Of course he does financial
something finances, like a consultant.
I want to know what his life is.
Me too.
I'm prepared to not like him.
like, I don't hate him. He doesn't seem full of himself or like,
I immediately,
that's why I like him. So.
I mean, well, I just saw, the loafers white man yacht look. So I said, I need no part of you.
I understand.
Yeah.
But I honestly feel like he's more nerdy than frat boy. I think that's the angle the show wants to like go with him. Because even when he's trying to like brag the last, like that funny scene at the end, I feel like he was still like yeah, and I have 2 fireplaces. Like, he doesn't know how to correctly be a frat boy.
I can envision he probably didn't look this good like 5-7 years ago.
Absolutely.
And he grew into this, and he's like, oh yeah, now I'm suave, now I got a little chisel. And he was like, I got made fun of back in the day, and so I had to bulk out or something. Like, revenge of the nerd.
H-bomb.
He said, I got
hanging out with the nerds.
Yeah.
For sure.
I love it.
Yeah, all of that mixed together. He said, I got bullied for being short. And I was like, I guess, yeah. But like, I just can't imagine this man. Ugh, I just don't like him.
What are your love languages? But how do you feel about that date?
Oh, yeah.
The love language date.
I like what Claire's doing.
I like the concept.
Yeah, because I feel like usually like bachelor dates are just very simple, just fun. But because she's like, I know what I want to like set this up in a way to where like I want to weed out what I'm not looking for. I like that she did the love languages date. That was cute. The touching with Dale. Oh my gosh, I wasn't even in the room, and I was like, I don't need to see this.
I just like, I was like looking down because I was like multitasking. I was like on Twitter. I was doing homework. And I just heard noises. I was like, what's happening? Like, I don't want to do ASMR on the podcast.
Please don't.
It just sounded very sexual. I was just like, what is going on? Like, I was like, I was very disturbed. I was just like, I shouldn't sound like I'm listening to porn.
Yeah.
I think the problem is how she's been touch deprived during quarantine. She has brought it up. She's horny for Dale. She's horny for these guys to the nth degree. And I think she doesn't have the capability of being chill.
No, but Dale came out and all sense of chill went out the window.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I feel like she was like, oh, I can smell you guys. She likes it. She enjoys it. But when Dale came around, she was like trying to really grab. I was like, Claire.
I thought she was trying to kiss him multiple times. She was just like, kiss me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just kiss me. This is physical touch. Like, she was ready. Like, she was ready. And I just was like, those guys were awkwardly just in the background.
Like,
how uncomfortable is that?
I don't know why they had to do it in front of each other.
Yeah.
I don't understand why like each guy couldn't come into the room, have their moment with Claire, and leave. Like, I don't know why we needed to go. And the way they did it, like, I don't know why that needed to happen in front of each other.
It didn't.
It was weird.
Even the speeches part, the words affirmations, which honestly cringes my soul. Like, words affirmation is like my negative love language. Like, I hate it. And listening to that, I couldn't do it. Like, for Claire, she obviously loves words of affirmation.
Yeah.
I would have stood there and be like, oh, thanks.
What did someone say? And she's like, oh, thank you, words of affirmation. Like, after the chat.
Yeah.
Somebody called her gorgeous.
She loves words of
sent me.
affirmation.
Yeah.
She sent someone home because
they didn't stalk her beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sent me.
He was like, well, of course you're beautiful. And yeah, I'm just trying to get to know you on a deeper level. And she was like, so you don't know me? That's when I was like, what? Like, that's when I'm like, okay, I have a love-hate with Claire because I'm like, sis, you need to calm down. Like,
I feel like I think it was more in the beginning, because when they sat down, he said, I would never come on the show. I never see myself coming on the show. And then he said, because you were chosen as a bachelorette, then I wanted to come on the show. So I think in her head is like, well, what's the difference between me, or maybe like, say Tayshia was originally announced, was he not going to, like, what I think he set himself up for failure, because he made it seem like, no, I came on the show for you.
But when do they ask follow-up questions though? Like, when?
Right?
Because she was like, well, what do you, like, specifically what? Like, none of them know her.
Exactly.
No, but she's saying, I think it's because all these other guys are saying, I've watched your past seasons. I see how you move, and I like the way you are. And all he could say was, "You're beautiful." All he had to say is, I've just watched you from afar, and I admire the way you carry yourself. Right?
Honestly, I don't
But
understand.
I think he was nervous.
Like he was nervous. You can
because she put him not on the spot, but like she was obviously very.
Yeah, he looked like he was about to.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
I swear, I felt him like whimpering up a little bit.
Yeah, same.
But
I
like,
felt bad for him. I was just like,
because she was like not coming at him like aggressively, but she obviously felt some type of way about it. He wasn't expecting her to feel like that, so.
Yeah,
no.
I think
like, she kind of came
spiraled.
at him a little sideways.
but
like,
I didn't think so at first. I think the problem is because I think honestly she adjusted herself. She was like, "Oh, like what made you like? What was it? Like you said you never want to do it, and then you said because I was chosen, you wanted to do it. Oh, what was it?" And then he just said, "Well, first of all, you're gorgeous." She's like,
Because he couldn't think of anything.
and she's like, "Oh, thank you." And then she like paused. And he was like, "And I just want to get to know you." So I think she was like confused of like, then it was just my looks then. That's why, because you said you wasn't going to do it until you knew it was me. So then I'm just so gorgeous to you. I think it just spiraled. It spiraled out of control.
Yeah, and then he was like, "None of these other guys know you. They don't know." And I was like, "Oh, you're being dense, sir. You're being dense."
And that's not why. I think because the other guys no guys saying, "Oh, I came on here for you," and they didn't know you. Like most guys just kind of like, "I'm excited for this journey. I'm excited to start. You know, I wanted to take a chance on love." But you singled out her as she is special.
Yeah.
But then you don't think she's that special.
Because he was trying to wind his way into her heart. He was just trying to play the game.
It was hilarious.
But
It was super funny. I feel like every other Bachelorette would have they would have sent him home. Like at later. Like they would have like Rachel always said that she always had a sign with like the producers when she was done with the conversation. I think other people would have just like noted like, "Oh, you don't like you're not really here. Like you don't know what's going on." And she not Claire. Claire was like, "But no, like what was it specifically?"
yeah.
Claire is a mess.
But I love it.
Also, that little back to when she was upset that they didn't jump right away to like have quality time with her. The Riley and Yusuf.
Yusuf can go home.
They're
He's
little
annoying.
tiff. I was like,
I don't know why she kept him.
Producers.
Yeah.
because the
I know producers, but I'm just like
producers in the first episode, he didn't do anything too crazy. Like he got put on the spot, and she probably was just like, "Oh, I want to get to know you more." Producers mainly, but
he owned up to it technically.
Which one was Riley?
the
black guy that was like, "You don't speak for me," because Yosef was
is
like,
that the same guy who they had the one-on-one time and they danced?
the road.
yeah.
How do y'all like him? How y'all feel
He's
about
there.
him?
He's there.
I don't care.
I feel like he came a little too hard at Yosef, but I understand. But I feel like
I think like Yosef. Yosef can go.
Yeah,
I don't like either one of
he's
them.
definitely more in the wrong. But I just feel like Riley was just also very combative, and I was like, it's not that.
But I think it's because like he pushed. I don't think he was expecting him to push back.
Yeah,
I think he was expecting him to just be like, okay, yeah, man,
Well,
whatever.
I also
But then
think what
he, like,
triggered
tested him.
Riley was that he said you have to be crazy, like calling Claire crazy. He was like, you do not speak for us when you calling her crazy. Like, come on now. And I understood. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
like, I don't. To me, it's like, how did Yosef make it this far in life and dating to where this woman in front of you is basically saying, "I'm hurt that you guys didn't try," and and he took a break from talking, right? Like he said, "Can I speak for the group?" And then everybody went on their little solo talks, whatever. Like everybody like stood up and like said their thing. So then it comes back to Yosef, and the first thing that you think of to say is, you must be crazy.
It's know who to say that to. Like Claire is not the personality to say that to, because like how like that's a common like
he
you're
was
crazy.
trying to make it like
he's trying to be lighthearted. It's like no, sweetie. Like
This is-
Claire, do you know Claire?
You don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Claire's not the one to use those
That
terms
sounds like he
with.
must want to go home because like the first episode, just like bad first impression. The second episode, you called her crazy, and plus you're like, you making these men look bad.
Yeah.
You must want to put them down. I don't want to date someone like that. I was like, okay, you must want to go home. Pack it up.
I was like,
Go
miss
home.
me with that, because he made it seem like he's not that interested in Claire. He's like, oh, she's not living up to what I thought she was. So he's over it. It seems like he's over it. But then to be so rude, you really think she chose the competition? Like, no. She just showed up for work. Come on now.
Yeah, like, the leads don't craft these dates.
Yeah.
Like,
I did think it was odd, but that's not like Claire. Like, she wasn't sitting down with like the team or whatever, like putting this together.
And it just there's no reason to be that rude about it. Like, you could not like the date and be like, I honestly would have been so uncomfortable. I wouldn't personally like doing that date. But to be like, oh, like, that's demeaning and that's I was like, what?
Like, he doesn't have a choice. Like, he couldn't, like, even if he didn't want to take his shirt off, he could just be like, yeah, no, I'm on national television. Like, I'm not comfortable doing that. Even at the end, the guy was like, I love you, but I can't do it. She was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, obviously.
She
like,
wouldn't have felt, if that's not against her morals, if that's not something you're comfortable with, she's fine. Like, she's not like that. And okay, did you see on Twitter like how people were like, if this was a guy doing this to girls, it would be sexual harassment and everything. And I was like, I guess I understand, but
I just feel like
no.
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't help the situation.
It doesn't. But I'm just saying. Okay, I know. And like, Are You the One house and like other houses, there's both sexes, so they're both doing like the strip thing. But I just can envision. I feel like I've seen in Flavor of Love or
well, this is not. See,
that's what we're getting away from. That's what we're trying not to
all
do.
Of these other these aren't like the Bachelor and Bachelor. They have this like or of like pristine that they want to try to be think that they have.
And the goal is to move away from it. And I feel like it is harder to be like, women shouldn't be objectified on TV if we keep objectifying men too. It's like, that's not helping.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was a weird
not helping.
date.
It was a weird date. I just feel like I've seen it before. Or like, this was not a new concept. So I was just kind of confused on, I understand you personally not want to do it, but like then to be like, Claire, you're so demeaning, all the hate, like this is sexual harassment, you're demeaning these men and all this stuff. And I'm just like, come on now. It's not. They were willing. They wanted to take it.
Some
Yeah,
of
the
them
guy
were
at the end when they took off the
ready.
Speedos, nobody told them to do that.
No one.
I was so confused. I was like, oh, I thought that's what. At first, I was like, this. Why is she making them get naked? But then I was like, oh, she didn't. He did that on his own accord. Okay, that was all him.
Exactly.
But
and I don't think anyone's expecting them to lose so bad so quickly.
yeah,
the blue team sucked.
they didn't want that date.
Or was the red team?
They
Whoever
didn't want
team.
that date.
They sucked. I mean, she literally had to say, just to kind of even it out, winning team, take off your shirt. It was like, y'all, I don't know what it was, but that team could not get it together.
At all.
No, but that was odd. Okay, so that was what, episode 2? There wasn't a one-on-one, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, there was a one-on-one with Jason.
Who was
when
Jason?
they do the therapy
did y'all
talk.
know Jason was there?
Who was Jason?
Before
Exactly.
before the
I
one-on-one.
didn't know Jason
Yes.
was there before.
I
When they were in the
recognize his
desert.
I recognize
face,
him.
but
Like, I didn't even realize he was there. But yeah, apparently he was a football player. There's a lot of ex pro football players.
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
someone did a little bit of three of them, kind of how good or bad they were. So I guess out of the cast, the black guy in the first season the first episode who made an impression.
Oh, he left.
Not Riley. No, he's still there. The black guy that Easy, yes.
Okay.
Easy apparently got the highest of all the football players.
Okay.
He was on the Texans training squad or whatever. And he was like good in college. He went to AMM.
Okay.
And so like he got the highest. That's
He was on the training squad.
he did the most but like apparently the Texan
Successful is the training squad.
yes.
What exactly is the training squad?
Like
You're not on roster. You're not in
not-
rotation. You don't play games.
You don't play. You won't see them on TV.
So what are they there for?
But it's like you can move up at any point.
You're like, you might, or actually training squad, you might be on roster, but you're not playing the games. Like you're practice squad. Like you practice with the team, and if someone gets injured or something happens, you can possibly take someone's spot.
Okay, so they're the understudies.
Yes.
Of football.
Yes, glorified understudies.
But there's some people who make who are on the training squad or on the practice team, but then they get cut or they go from practice team to practice team and they never make it to actually play a game.
But
they get paid to be on the practice team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because some practice teams are still better than others, so there is some type of pride. You know, obviously you're not like amazing because you're not on the field, but you know, that's the highest.
Okay.
Dale apparently is the second highest, but the problem is he did basketball first and only did college football for 1 year and then went to the training squads. But apparently people thought if he spent more time in football that he actually would have been really, really good.
Oh, okay.
But I think he ended up like leaving because he just didn't have enough time to like learn all the skills. And then the guy, Jason, so apparently there's some type of like mental test or like written test about like, I forgot what it's called, but it's like some type of test that all the players have to take. And it's supposed to like gauge how smart you are, air quote, whatever, right? He has the second lowest score in NFL history.
Where do they get these stats?
Yeah, they looked up the stats because the girl, I was on a podcast and one of the girls was like, she's into football. She does a football podcast, and he got a 5.
So like his football IQ is low.
Yes. Some people say like, oh, you know,
wait, what do you mean in NFL history?
Like of all the players who have taken the test, he has the second lowest. He had a 5.
Okay.
I feel like he was not used to the therapy talk. He seemed very awkward with his emotions. Like Claire's a person who wants to know how you're feeling all the time, and she wants to express her feelings, and it's just very like, let's be open and really dive in. And like,
she was so excited. He was not down for that.
No, he was not excited at all to go through that.
I'm surprised he even did it. I never understand in like these shows when they always say, oh yeah, in my past relationships, I was never able to open up and do all these things. And so why now? Why is this the time you choose to open up on national television?
Because he's on TV and the cameras are the producers are telling
worse.
Well, you never know. Some people just are more vulnerable in certain situations and depending on certain people.
Yeah.
Some people are able to be more comfortable,
more vulnerable with the camera crew.
I was thinking more vulnerable. Yeah, I was like with the audience and a girl you don't really know about, but you're in a relationship with this girl, another girl for months or whoever, and you can't open up. But I do maybe think sometimes when you put it on the spot, it forces you to open up. But still, I always wonder. I'm like,
because you feel like you can't escape. Like when you're alone with this girl, you can change the subject. You can be like, I just don't want to talk about it, and they have to just deal with it. But on national TV, it's like you put on like. Then you know you're gonna come off looking bad to be like, I don't want to talk about.
You're on national TV. Like I feel like that's more of an excuse, no?
But then it's like if you're Claire and this is what you need and he can't give it to you,
you're off.
But he can't give it to you in front of a camera crew.
But I think she needs someone but you have other guys who can. So it's like, why keep him if he can't do it?
He can't open up. That's the biggest thing about The Bachelor. Like, I feel like you're closed off. Like with Peter and Kelly, he's like, I feel like you're not really into this. Like, I need you fully in. I need you to tell me that you're here for me and only me. And like, you know, he wanted her to basically say, I'm in love with you. And Kelly was like, I'm not going to do that because, sir, like, I like you, but calm down. And like, look at them now. You know, they're happy. So it works out. Kelly and Peter. It was like in the show. He
chose a Kelly?
No, he didn't choose Kelly.
Oh, that was a Kelly.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. But in the show, she goes home because he feels like she's not opening it up.
Yeah.
But then hindsight,
people to like divulge all their traumas like week 2 sometimes.
Yeah. But you also know what show you're coming on.
Yeah. Like I know that's why I'm not going on. Oh my god, no, I'd be great. Oh, I'd be great. I feel like I could win.
You'll be like, yeah,
I I feel like I could fake it.
I do have a lot of charm.
I bake when I'm sad. That's just
Stop it.
I'm gonna be one of those girls. Oh, I want to be one of those girls so bad.
No,
Absolutely stop it.
I was gonna say, oh, I have your trauma story, but it's horrible if you would actually use it.
I was
What's
about to
the
say
trauma?
the same thing.
But we're gonna,
Oh, okay.
girl, see, the fact that she doesn't remember or doesn't come to her forefront of her mind is the funny part. It's not funny, but like,
She was just so young.
yeah, I know. You were so young. So I'm like, I can make your story and you can use that and you can talk about the effects of it, but you wouldn't even use it. That's crazy.
I feel like I could frame my life in a very sad way, like with my father. Like I could really twist that to make it seem like I actually cared, you know? Like, and I literally found his family on 23andMe.
But you did that was a Lifetime movie, Lauren.
That's so crazy.
That's so funny.
Do you remember
to
when
me?
we were in DC and we tried to come? We were like, what if he answers? What if this is your
we
dad?
did. We looked up.
Oh my God. And we called like one number and it just went to voicemail. We're like, well, that's the end of that.
Yeah, because we went to the African American Museum in DC, and there's a way you can like research your ancestry or whatever. And we found like a name and a number for Lauren's father.
And you so everybody in my life has been more excited about that search, about my father's search than I have. Like you guys did it in DC, but like my friend in college, like she spent one night just like trying to find him.
Really?
And apparently she did. Like I forgot about what the picture looked like. But when I told her like, oh, like after I found my father's family at 23andMe, yeah, I know it's weird. Like, and I sent the picture. She was like, yeah, that's the guy that I had found on Facebook. I had found your father in college. And I was like, I did not know that was like, I forgot.
That's wild.
Crazy.
Wild.
Oh my God. And I have pearls now. So I can wear pearls and meet the family.
Oh my God.
Like, I have actual pearls now. I'm
Pearls and
excited.
meet the family.
Okay, so is there anything else we need to touch upon for these first 2 episodes?
Who went home?
We don't know
People we
yet
don't
because we
care.
have to do the Yosef.
Because then, yeah.
Oh yeah,
he
I'm
has
ready.
to do
I'm
that.
ready for him to say, I expected more from the oldest Bachelorette.
How old is he?
I don't know.
You're like
Oh
30,
my
right?
God.
He's
Men
in his
just be
30s.
talking.
You know what's upsetting? Okay, sorry. Speaking of Yosef, he is not ugly, and he could I feel like he's on that spectrum where you could either be fine or you could be like, ugh, you're disgusting. And right now he looks, ugh, you're disgusting. But like
'Cause he's
first
just a
glance,
trash
I was
person.
like, I
He's
have
getting
hope.
Luke P vibes.
Yes, I got Luke P vibes. But I also was like, he's supposed to be representation, right? And this is our first representation of,
This is not first.
Ethnic.
huh? No,
Oh,
he's
it was
supposed to be. I
first.
thought he was supposed to be like the first like Egyptian or something.
He's definitely
But
is
is
very
he the
rare.
first?
If there
Oh, this
has
sparse.
been that we don't know, like they have not.
How many? Okay, so
Like,
we only have 2 Asian men this season,
notable
right?
person.
Yeah, the Asians are cute.
The 2 Asian. There's only 2 Asian men. Usually there's only one,
Yeah.
right? Some, but no, one of them went home first night, right?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
I love
She
representation.
like her black men though.
she does.
loves her chocolate because they are doing very well this
are.
season.
They're staying in the
I'm
cameras.
like, I kind of want them to
confessionals.
stay as long as possible so we can have more black bachelors. That's all I'm just rooting for at this point.
Is Tyler's friend still supposed to be?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I
They're
mean,
filming right now.
I'm also upset that they already chose him because I'm seeing I rather one of these guys be.
I was
Really?
thinking about that. None of them are speaking to me.
Really?
None of them are
None of
More
them are
than-
giving Bachelor vibes.
Literally, I only care about.
I
Joe.
was
care about
happy he
Dale.
got named to Clare's season so he could become the Bachelor. So I was fine. They just bypassed the whole process.
I don't know his personality. I'm just basing it strictly off looks.
I'm doing
Oh, yeah.
it off of looks too.
Yeah,
Bachelor,
so
like-
strictly off of looks.
I don't think
was
I
like,
remember what he
ew.
looked.
I mean,
or I don't know if I've
not
seen
ill.
him. Okay.
Tyler's friend, his look is interesting.
He looks like a white man with tan skin.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's since I saw him a lot on like Tyler C's like Instagram.
What's his
and
name?
Matt James. And like I don't think he photographs well, but when I saw him in person, like in videos and stuff, I don't mind. Like, he doesn't repel me. Like,
I
literally don't mind him at all.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I think because
him.
I've gathered a bit of his personality through Hannah B's and Tyler C's like Instagrams and like interactions. So I feel like that's why a lot of people liked Matt James, because he was like, who's that? Everyone was like, when Tyler first, after post Bachelor.
Hannah B and Tyler C hang out.
Wait, there's a picture. Wait, Hannah B and this black guy are friends?
Matt James, yeah.
Yeah, Matt James, they're
because
friends?
Tyler C and Hannah B like stayed in contact and they're friends.
Oh.
And so they quarantined the
friends with Hannah B.
beginning in Florida together.
It's suspect.
Quarantine, huh?
It's still a side eye.
What?
That they're cool with each other.
They have a YouTube channel now, not together, but they both separately have one. I haven't watched the video because I don't care, but apparently they go on each other's YouTube channel and they talk about their friendship.
No, I'm not. Yes, Tyler C. Hannah. That's another. I'm talking about Matt, that he's cool with hanging out with Hannah B. That's something that's still a side eye.
What?
Because she said the N-word.
I was like, so confused.
I'm just being messy.
I remember that video when she said it. She was like, really? Did I? No.
What?
Was that the live stream where she said it? Is that the one?
Yeah.
She did it on Instagram Live.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was her response.
No, because someone put it
yes.
in the like in the chat, and she was like, she was with her friend. She was like, did I really? And her friend was like, oh no, I don't think they're talking, or no, you didn't. And she was like, no, I think I did. I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
And then Rachel, and that's when Rachel was like, cut it, and then she just really went after it. And everybody hates Rachel, so they was trying to go after her. And then Hannah finally like did some sort of apology.
Girl. And see, now I believe
Alabama.
Now I believe when Sydney was talking about being bullied, I know it was Hannah B and her friend group. I no one can tell me any different.
The silence that Sydney has had on Hannah B being in the same school lets me know that she's not trying to antagonize Hannah B's. Like, people love Hannah B. I feel like she definitely was one of the people, because they thought she was so strong and like talked her mind to her season and yada yada yada. And
she's very pretty.
Usually those type of white girls who are the most KKK. Like.
Ooh. I mean,
I wasn't.
What?
I feel like that's a bit of a
I know, like, think about it.
I don't know, but
you know what I equate to it?
I'm thinking
Watchmen. Ooh, Phoenix wife here.
The Watchmen.
The wife.
Oh, you know, the wife. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
not
getting.
Oh, really?
I think that's just
I got
wrong.
because she's like so like, you know, her bestie was you know, like
with the Regina
King's character, and like you think like she loves the family so much, and she probably does to some effect, but that at the end of the day she's a white woman. Do you know what I mean? That's the
I mean, I don't know Hannah, that's not my friend.
Like, to me,
we don't know Hannah either.
Her.
Well, I'm saying it's just if you grow up in a certain environment, you grow up in the South,
Yeah.
that's how things are, and so that's how she is. But she's probably learning.
She's gonna hate us.
I just feel like it was just ignorance more than that deep.
No, I agree. I'm
That's
just
what I'm saying.
Like,
it's passive.
Like those type of personalities are more lean. Like they lean towards a racist perspective.
Yeah, I think she's probably learned and grown. Like, you know, because she's opened up to the real world. But it definitely, if she stayed in Alabama in her little small town or city, wherever she was, it's very easy to get warped into a certain mindset if you're not exposed to the world. And I feel like she was very sheltered and not exposed to the world. Obviously, the way Sydney was talking about her bullies, it did not seem like...
Who was Sydney?
She was on Peter's season. She was half black.
She's like Dominican Republican. Dominican Republican? Dominican.
Yeah. No, I wasn't gonna question it.
And yeah, she was mixed, and she grew up in Alabama, and people found out she went to the same high school as Hannah B, to where like they're overlapped time.
Was she in Colton's season?
No, she was on Peter's
And she
season.
also did pageants.
Oh,
there was a pageant.
I remember this.
It was
girl.
no, she didn't really do pageants. Like there was like a school pageant. She wasn't like Hannah B pageantry.
Yeah, but there was a school pageant.
Yeah. And that's the picture that they took, and they were like, see, you weren't bullied because like she like won a pageant. But I'm like,
that has nothing to do.
But I'm like, these judges are just like, this has nothing to do with whether or not she ate in the bathroom or not.
Yeah. I thought she did outside pageants, not just a school pageant. So that's why she was like, okay, but in my school I still was bullied.
When she was on a podcast recently, and how she talked about her experience, she made it seem like it was not like a regular thing she was doing. Like pageantry was like a one off, maybe two off, but like it wasn't like, oh, I'm a pageant girl.
Oh, okay. No, yeah.
Okay. Any last thoughts? Anybody?
No.
Speak anything? Okay.
I love Claire.
I do too. I hope her and Dale last. I want the best for them.
Oh, that's what I'm nervous about.
What?
Because I don't like the way they're editing things and trying to make us like skeptical if they actually end up together. They have to end up together, and they have to.
The editing and
me and Lauren said if they don't last at least a year, we're rioting. They have to last at least a year.
I'm done for that.
Or they're getting married. Like there's no.
Yeah.
There's no you guys left early and you guys already aren't together. There's none of that. I won't accept it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm down to riot. I haven't burned anything in a minute.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching.
Setup's different, but you know what? You can still see us.
I kind of like recording on the couch. It's very comfy.
Yes.
Rate, review. What is the review? Review what?
A
podcast,
like a comment, like a review comment.
No, like a review. Like, how is this pod?
Oh, like the stars.
Sure, yes.
Yeah, like the stars, you could leave like a review of the podcast.
Okay, go. I need that. Okay.
On like Podchaser.
Okay, so rate, review, subscribe on YouTube, go to our YouTube channel, Instagram, Talking Gems, Twitter, Gems_talking. Is that all of it? Is that the list?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Bye.
Besos.